Hey, Dan Leffler here. We're here for another 20-minute music method weekly class. This is going to be class number 4. And this week's class, we're going to do songs from the Chipmunks Sing the Beatles. No, actually, I'm just kidding. We're going to do a Beethoven tune. We're going to do a song by Beethoven, and that's Ludwig van Beethoven, for all you classically illiterates out there. Anyway, we're going to do Fur Elise, the little tune I was playing on the guitar. Originally, it was written for piano. And here's the piano music for it. And I'm going to go ahead and do it on all 3 instruments, guitar, flute, and piano for this week. And we're also, for the piano part, we're going to use, for our technique portion of the piano class, we're also going to do hand and finger exercise number 2. And for the flute and the guitar, we're going to use the key of A minor. I'm going to show you the different things that you can do with the chords and the melodies for A minor. So, again, this is 20-minute music method, class number 4. This week's song, Fur Elise by Beethoven. And make sure you download and print out your class notes. And so take a moment right now and do that. And grab your instrument, your flute, your guitar, or sit on your piano. Let's get started. We'll be right back. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to play part 1 with part 2 so you can hear them both. And of course, when you watch, when you hear the tones going from low to high, take note of my embouchure. I'm going to not keep it stable, I'm going to adjust it. So the low tones I'm going to pull back and squeeze down, the high tones I'm going to push forward and make the whole rounder. And the part 2 is what I consider the chorus part of the song. And so I'm going to go ahead and play just the top line of it. It's going to start off on... Now just those 3 measures, or 3.5 measures, you should memorize, because between part 1 and part 2, that's the whole basis of this whole first page of the piece. Specifically for like a flute or a violin, it's such a popular, well-known melody that it would do you a lot of good just to memorize it. So that chorus part is just going to go from a G, from a low G to a middle F, E, D. So here we go, just these 3 notes. Then I'm going to lower everything down 1 tone. I'm going to go from a low F to a middle E, to a D, to a C. So it's going to sound like this. And then I'm going to go down to the low E and go from a low E to a middle D, C, B. So here are those 3 little patterns put in right one after the other. Starting on the G, so G, F, E, D, F, E, D, C, E, D, C, B. Here we go. I'll do it again. Now because you're jumping from the low, like the low G to the middle F, that's a jump of a 7th, almost an octave. So you're going to have to, not only are you going to have to finger it correctly, but you're going to have to adjust your embouchure just a little bit too. So I'm going to have Donna, my trusty camera woman, she's going to zero in on my embouchure lips, and you guys are going to watch how I adjust my lips. So I'm going to be pulled back on the low, and I'm going to push forward on the high. It's going to look something like this. So even though I fingered the F, if I didn't adjust my lips, it would just go down. There it is without adjusting my lips. Here it is where I adjust my lips. So now I'm going to go F, E. Now E, D. So you see how my lips are pulled back on the low tone, and then I push them forward a little bit. What I'm doing is I'm releasing here and making the hole in between my embouchure a little bit rounder.